Hello, everybody, and welcome to the episode. I just looked it up.
Episode 18.
Do over. No, not really. Let's just keep going. Episode 18, Steins Gate Zero review.
Yep.
Oh, that was bad.
Yep. It was awful, but hey, I'm here, Connor's here, and we're going to review the shit out of this episode because it was amazing.
You know what wasn't awful?
This episode, it was so good.
Nice segue. Good job, me. So.
Oh god, so hype.
It was, like, knowing this has been coming has been it's been killer on me. I've just been like, I want to say stuff, but I can't.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Like,
the
this isn't
spoilers.
even. Well, no, I'm not gonna
Professor and oof.
So, open up. Okabe's on the stairs still because he's a slow walker apparently. And
he's got a bullet wound in his leg.
Oh yeah, I forgot he got shot in the leg.
You write him off as a pussy, but no, he's got a fucking gunshot wound.
That's fair. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. I feel like I can be mean to him for 5 minutes, considering he's been kind of a dick for the majority of this season.
Yeah, he's been a dick a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah. So then Okabe says that he knows they're okay because the convergence and
the world line hasn't changed.
Exactly, which is essentially what commenter, I can't remember your name.
Crow says.
It's the same person every week. Yeah, you were
Crow
like,
says every week we love you.
Yeah, you were like, hey, idiots. Okabe knew he would survive because convergence, and I'm just like, oh yeah, doi.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't change world lines, and he knows he exists in the future, so he clearly doesn't die. I will say that although it's not a big enough shift to put his life in danger or have any big, altering effects, but the act of Mayuri and Suzu both wanting to go back in time caused enough of a shift for their video to be watchable, so they did slightly alter the world line.
Yeah.
But no, mostly, it's not a proper percentile shifts, and so nobody dies.
So yeah, Okabe is climbing the stairs slowly because of the bullet wound and not because he's a pussy. And then Lintalo intensifies.
Yes,
that was the best comment on Crunchyroll. That guy.
Wait, is that the first comment on?
No, it's not the first one. This was the comment that says Lintalo intensifies. I'm like, that is the best.
Is it a spoiler comment or?
It's a spoiler comment. It's a spoiler comment.
It's not showing up for me.
It's whatever. It made me laugh.
That's good.
It's just, the professor is not a good guy. He's a bad man.
Oof. Yeah.
As we find out a bit later, he's a very bad man.
He's the doctor from the future. I'm assuming that's what they would.
Yeah.
The one who,
Which is what I said. I was like, what if the Doctor in the future knows about the stuff in the past? I totally called it while forgetting that it was him.
Okay. Because as soon as it was unveiled in this episode that it was definitely him, I was like, okay, yeah. Connor was hinting at this earlier, but no, I didn't realize that was actually you guessing. I thought you.
Oh
knew.
No, I forgot.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but back to not present day, but back to the earlier point of the episode.
Yes, motorcycle helmet lady looks down and says, "Mummy." So then we confirm that it is actually
Kaguri.
Kaguri, rather than other breasted chick who has not yet been unveiled.
Well, I mean, the soldiers kind of let slip who the other motorcycle helmet is.
They said the name. I'll be honest, I don't remember.
You remember?
It's who I think it is. I'm fairly sure.
It's the
big lady
scientist, yeah.
Who, They did that. They had that whole fake out scene of Maho being attacked by someone, and then it was just this
So she's killed, right? Kaguri killed her. But then I just went Kaguri just slaughters people.
Yeah, she with her bare hands cuts people's necks.
She decapitates them with a karate chop. I'm like, that's not very realistic.
Kagura in this episode isn't very realistic. She just defies physics for minutes on end.
She's the Terminator, right?
I mean, even Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't pull this off.
Yeah. Arnold's looking at this and just be like, whoa.
She dodges bullets and slices people's heads off in a single swing of her wrist. It's actually insane.
Yeah. But then, Kagura gets shot. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, quite a lot. She takes quite a lot of bullets this episode. It's more than anybody should be able to take, but hey.
One is generally enough.
Yeah, most people are shot to anywhere in the body or head and you die. Kagura takes 2 to the body, then 3 to the head, then 4 more to the body.
She definitely gets shot.
And she still talks afterwards. I counted.
She definitely gets shot in the head multiple times.
3 times.
And lives. It's like, no.
It only breaks her visor, apparently, even though the first bullet would have done that. Or whatever.
Yeah, then we find out the professor is working for Stratfor, who is like the super CIA, essentially.
Yeah.
And find out, like, hey, Kagura has no memories. I assume it's because he took them, right?
Yeah, he altered her memories, yeah, and removed them. Yeah.
That's what I got from it.
Effectively.
Which, the professor is still talking to Okabe on the stairs at this point, while Kagura is slaughtering.
Well, he's pointing a gun at him, but yeah.
Yeah, but
not just a civil chat anymore.
Yeah, then we find out Mayuri's alive, which I said she'd be alive. Like, there's not enough blood.
Yeah, it was a very small amount.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, for anime, them only showing a small amount of blood, what that means is they're not actually dead. In real world, what actually happens is you've suffered from severe head trauma and you're dead. It's all internal damage. Hey, whatever.
Jesus. I did really like how last week we were like, hey, maybe they just don't want to show it, But then this episode we open with Kagura decapitating people with her hands.
Yeah.
I like it. But then Okabe KOs the professor by tackling him?
Oh, yeah. He waits till the professor gets slightly distracted by the gunfire upstairs. As soon as he looks away, he rugby tackles him down the stairs and seems to knock him out. And yet minutes later,
well, I guess he could have just hit his head against the floor.
Yeah. But then he just, a few minutes later, the professor just turns up again, completely fine.
Was I the only one, by the way, practically screaming at the screen, pick up the gun?
Yeah, well,
it's right there.
They even had the camera cut to the gun to show that he didn't.
So
it's Okabe. Okabe's not a man who picks up a gun. Nah.
Maybe he should.
No, Okabe is a pacifist.
Bitch complains he can't save no one, but then don't pick up a gun.
Yeah, he's passive and he wants to save the world in a lovely way. He doesn't want to just go murdering the bad guys.
Okay. Speaking of not wanting to murder the bad guys, we'll get to it, but there's a stupid, just stupid later on. You might not have noticed it, but it did my head in.
What was it? I think I know what you're talking about.
We'll get there. Yeah. So then Kagura
Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, it's so stupid.
So then Kagura makes up with everyone and dies. Inverted commas, dies.
Yeah, she makes up and she's she gets kind of I've forgotten the word. But everybody likes her again. What the fuck is that word? It's gonna kill me.
Redemption.
Yeah, sure. That's close enough.
That works. Then she dies in inverted commas, and then thingy, the professor comes back. He's like, Leonardo.
Yep,
I thought I said I'd stop doing the impression. I'm sorry.
No, we'll never stop.
Okay.
If you stop doing it, I'll do it.
Okay, fair enough. I'd rather everyone hate me than you, so.
Yeah, that works for me.
But then they captured Daru and Maho, who I guess they were either on their way. No, they must have followed him, right? They must have followed. There's no way you'd let your friend, who is clearly
they followed Okabe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then got caught. That's my.
They were just a few minutes behind. Actually, no, never mind. If they could have got stopped by some gunmen at the bottom of the... Never mind, that works.
Yeah. But then we find
out... think about how they turn up so late, but...
Yeah, this is when we find out, yes, he's the doctor from the future, who, you know, he like brainwashed orphans, and his sole reason for making Amadeus was to get the time machine theory. Like, so he's a bad man. He's a very bad man.
He is, yes.
But then Kaguri, who
And
is...
His reasoning for wanting to take control of time travel is different to anybody else's, for sure. It's for science.
his logic is basically like, I just want to see what would happen.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's very much that. Yes, he's had this idea that he wanted to see how it would play out, and so he's gonna
Okabe's like,
test his theory.
Yeah, Okabe's like, you're gonna cause a time paradox and screw up time in the world, and he's like, well, I want to see that. That's cool.
Yeah, he's like, wouldn't that be great to observe? Unfortunately, you can't bloody undo it and return back to a world where your scientific findings matter.
Well, I mean, you could, technically.
How do you return? No.
If only there was a brain sending back in time machine in the lab.
Which doesn't work.
Yet. I mean, it's an easy fix, right?
Like, yeah, I'm fairly sure that's where the next few episodes are going, yes.
It's just...
I'd be very shocked if the next episode wasn't Okabe and Maho rebuilding. Well, no, I guess building for the first time.
I'm going to say rebuilding. Well, to Okabe, it's rebuilding.
Yes, but in this world line, it's never been built.
Alright, fair. That's fair. But then Kaguri grabs the professor's foot, which lets Suzuha get enough time to grab the gun.
Dead Kaguri says, I hear the voice.
Zombie
voice,
Kaguri.
And then grabs a leg.
Takes out, then just... So frustrating, this part. So frustrating. Suzuha shoots the two dudes, right?
She kills two people.
They're holding Daru and Maho hostage, right? Gets the professor, just starts beating him, is about to kill him, and Daru's like, no, don't kill him. If you kill him, you're just as bad as him. It's like, she just shot two people!
Yeah, she shot two people, and she's killed many before. Like the previous episode, she picked up an M16 and killed like 5 people.
Yeah, but Daru didn't see that.
No, but he did see her
shoot the
double tapping two of the bodyguards.
It's just so don't make sense, does it?
No, it was silly. I think the difference is like the quick kill of just the gunshot, and it was maybe necessary, whereas now they've already suppressed the professor. So
let's be real. Let's be real. Though. The real difference.
He deserves it.
The difference is they were unnamed soldiers, and he's a main character. That's the real difference.
Yeah, but he deserves it.
He does deserve it. Yeah, exactly.
I think she should continue to lay into him for at least a few seconds more.
I think at least do the old like last punch that knocks him out. At least do that.
Yeah. I mean, he was already knocked out. That was the point. That's why she kept punching.
She just.
I love her logic.
She just balled up and started crying, and it's like, okay.
Her logic in the middle of her brawling punch, I loved it. It was like, you went out cold already? Wake back up! Bang!
So good. Suzuha's been great. I mean, it's because it's a different Suzuha, right? Like,
it's very different.
It's like it's good because it's like, well, it's out of character for Suzuha. It's different Suzuha, but I can get away with it. Like, I like it.
She has different character. Full stop. So
it's the ultimate workaround.
Yeah.
Just have time travel. That fixes everything. Every series ever should have time travel.
Oh God, no. Only if you got writers that are anywhere near as clever as the writers of Steins Gate.
Yeah. SpongeBob should have time travel.
Oh God. It probably has had it at some point. It's a very long-running show.
Don't they go back at... Yeah. There's parts... never mind. We're not here to review SpongeBob.
No, we're not.
God. So yeah, then Kaguri dies for realsies.
Mm. And then the armies start showing up.
Yeah, 2 helicopters show up and multiple gunmen.
Yeah, and Apache shoots down the Apache's so the Russian helicopter shoots down the American helicopter only after it's dropped off some guys, and then it starts bombing runs and people die. In
the ensuing chaos, Mayuri and Suzuha end up in the time machine. Mayuri gives an awesome speech to Okabe, who still tries to go get her despite the awesome speech, which is not what you're meant to do. You're meant to leave at that point. Stupid.
It was a pretty good speech, but it wasn't awesome.
It wasn't the one at the end. The field speech at the end, yeah. Then the time machine.
I still don't understand, like, especially how far Okabe made it across that roof without getting killed by a helicopter. Why not have him complete the journey and him go back with Suzuha, because he has a much better chance of knowing what he's doing.
Well, no, that's
when it comes to time travel, but I know he doesn't want to.
Well, that's the point. Like, Mayuri thinks Mayuri's got a plan, which is, first time ever. So she has to go back. Oh man, knowing everything is frustrating. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. So there's things I don't know yet. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure by the end it will all come together, and that's why I don't want to say.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but then the time machine gets destroyed, as far as we know.
It's completely undebatable. Some parts of the time machine end up on that roof.
Yeah, they don't play up enough because okay, minor visual novel spoilers for this scene. In the they really play up like, oh, we don't know if they got out or not. But in this they pretty much just accept that they're dead, and I'm like, come on, guys, there's no bodies.
No, but if there are physical parts of the machine, then the likelihood of the machine... Yeah, maybe the machine did manage to start teleporting away and time traveling, but is it going to make it out the other end with bits missing?
Yeah, but they didn't get blown
missing
up.
Missing an antenna, if nothing else.
Yeah, but at least they didn't get blown up. That's,
The whole thing didn't get blown up. Probably no.
So, for all we know, they got out.
For all we know, they're stuck in hyperspace, is what I think should be the most likely answer.
They mentioned that as a possibility in the visual novel as well. They're like, maybe they're stuck in the time rift. I don't remember what they call it, but...
Yeah, there's different names for it when these... I don't know what they'll call it in this one, but yeah.
Yeah.
In my book, they should be stuck halfway between times.
They should be. I agree with that. But then Okabe, he's like, oh god, Mayuri's dead. I gotta go back in time again.
Yeah, this just completely reflex for him. Mayuri dead, run to the time
machine. Yeah, it's like. By the way,
it would become muscle memory after how many times he's done it.
Yeah. Good old Daru and Maho, by the way, they were right behind him.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah.
People actually chase after Okabe and stop him from doing stupid shit.
They're like, hey, it's not finished yet. So my question is, well, no, it wouldn't have worked. I was going to say, will it have worked, or would it have just been gone wrong? It wouldn't have been powered on. They don't have the power source, so it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, no, I don't think. They haven't figured out how to use the lifter.
Yeah, they haven't. No, the lifter's fine. They haven't hacked into CERN because they need the black hole thing. What's it called? The large, yeah. That's the thing they don't.
Yeah, they haven't got the LHC.
Yeah.
I gather they hadn't got the LHC, but I thought also they don't with Kurisu's way around. They don't start figuring out the lifter with the TV downstairs until after they've done testing after they're connected to the LHC. So
yeah, I don't remember if they figured that out already. I can't remember.
They shouldn't have, because they haven't connected to CERN yet, so they shouldn't have been able to test it. I wonder how they mail it. Actually, no, never mind. That works. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But then Okabe's phone turns back on, and he gets a nice old text from Mayuri.
She sent a delayed text. I wonder how to do that. That sounds so useful.
See, I thought about that as well. I thought of why it happened like that. The phone lines were down. Remember, they got cut off. So I reckon she sent it while they were down, and it only just came through.
Well, why are the phone lines back?
Because the chaos is over.
Is it the chaos?
Well,
it's still underway on the roof, surely.
No, because they were at the rubble, weren't they? And there was no gunshots or nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so because the machine got destroyed, so mission accomplished as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's a D-mail. I know that's what we're getting at, but I don't think it was.
No, I don't. No, I don't think it was. I didn't ever think it was a D-mail. Actually.
Okay.
I always thought it was Mayuri from the current time.
Yeah, but Mayuri's text hit me in the feels. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that was good.
It's all good, Mayuri. It's all good. But then after the credits, did you stay for the after the credits?
Yes, there was a 4-second end credits scene where she hung the message on the bamboo tree, and it was effectively, "I want my husband."
Yeah. Rukako's just like, that's weird. Do you reckon that was always there, or do you reckon it just appeared? So do you reckon she hung it in the past?
Yeah, I think she. Yeah, no, I think she hung it in between these episodes because it was only like the last episode she first openly admitted that was what she wanted.
Yeah, all right, I'll go with that. Well, not in between these episodes because they were on the roof the whole time, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, but in between her saying, "Yeah, I want my,"
but whatever
in the text actually, she only goes and doubles back on what she said last episode. Last episode, she said, "I love Okabe, but I love Ho and Kyoma more."
I think it was done for effect. Yeah, I know, I saw that.
He said it the other way around, and I was like, I gathered that, the effect of it, like, she's, but she just you can't go and say you love one person more, then literally 30 minutes later change your mind.
What I think the effect is, or what I'm interpreting it as, gonna bust out the big words, media studies, solid. Basically, I think what she's saying is, at the beginning, she said she likes Ho and Kyoma more because the current Okabe is dull and depressing and all that. But I think in the second one, she's going back to the old Okabe, like from back in the day.
Yeah, she's on her way to Hoenn.
Exactly. She's like, she wants that old Okabe back.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah.
It's open to debate. So, yeah, good episode.
Very solid episode. It was hyper sound.
Very solid. I'm trying to think what the next episode is. I've got an idea.
Is it? I just assumed it was Okabe and Maho rebuilding the Time Leaper.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, obviously, but
the two options are they rebuild the Time Leaper. As far as I can see, obviously there's more that I probably won't think of.
Exactly, yeah.
Or they follow Suzuha and Mayoshi and they actually made it somehow.
You know, I think I know how they're going to do it. Thinking on how the visual novel went, because essentially in the visual novel there's two canonical endings, which
yes,
I bet you're thinking, hey, that doesn't make sense. How can both endings be canon? I think this is how they're going to do it. I think I know how they're going to do it, so I'm not going to say anything next week we'll see if I'm right. Okay, well, that was the episode. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.